A man declared that he was expelling Alicia from the Promeus territory. Alicia Promeus, the 16-year-old daughter of a count, stood in shock and could only mutter in confusion. Alicia had been holding on to her late mother's words, promising to take care of the Promeus territory. She had striven as the Lord's daughter up until that day, but her father declared that as of that moment she was no longer the house's daughter. Alicia rushed after her father, begging him to wait and demanding to know what this meant. An explosion shook the area. Someone reported that the shed in the courtyard had just exploded. Alicia was stunned. In the western Promeus territory, Cyan territory, an adventurer party called the Red Eagles found themselves surrounded by monsters again. One member wished they had monster-repelling potions. Another pointed out that even if they did, they would not work on monsters of the Great Forest. The only ones that circulated in town were low-rank and available only in tiny amounts. The adventurer wished there were high-rank monster repellents, saying they could advance the Great Forest survey with them. But he admitted that if an alchemist who could make those existed, they would have already been snatched up by a major trading house or nobles. Alicia cried out upon seeing her laboratory engulfed in flames. Her father told her it was not her laboratory, just trash on his land that he had disposed of. Alicia asked why he would do this, desperately trying to grab something useful from the fire. Her father told her she really did not get it. Her father Thomas declared that he was the lord of the Promeus territory, a count-ranked noble entrusted with this land. He boasted that he had taken this wasteland and developed it into the kingdom's most thriving city and had earned military merit in the Northern War. Thomas told Alicia that she was unfit to be his daughter. He pointed out that his eldest daughter Merida devoted herself to social circles in the royal capital as a proper lady, while Alicia holed up in some herb-smelling hut. Alicia tried to explain that she had been researching potions. Thomas angrily demanded to know what use that was supposed to be. Thomas stated that a woman's worth was decided by whether she could marry into a great house. A daughter who could not even fulfill a noble's duty, playing with that useless compounding skill, was not needed in his house. He ordered Alicia to get out of the territory at once. Alicia silently asked her mother in heaven to forgive her. Alicia noted that for a while she would be too consumed with her own affairs. She lamented having to leave behind her beloved research tools and potions, promising them to wait for her. She then addressed her father, no, Thomas, and vowed to make him regret casting her out. She pledged that no matter what, she would continue making potions and spread their greatness to many people. Alicia tripped and fell flat in the street. A child nearby told his mother not to laugh at clumsy people. Alicia reminded herself that athletic ability was not needed for making potions. What she needed were tools and ingredients, and she said she had made quite a savings from selling potions. She went to the bank but discovered her savings were gone. The banker informed her that a woman named Merida, her sister, had been making withdrawals using a letter of proxy. The banker asked if Alicia had never checked her account until now. Alicia screamed at the Exile trading company building. First her lab had been burned down and she had been expelled, and now her safe was empty. The branch manager Erica Scarroll was there. Alicia asked Erica if all the money she had earned from selling potions to her was really gone. Erica confirmed it. Alicia said it seemed her family resented her far more than she had thought. Erica noticed Alicia was really in shock, though it was hard to tell. Erica told Alicia not to let it get her down and said that her compounding skill was something wonderful, and that letting her die in a ditch would be a loss to the world. Alicia asked what was with all the compliments when Erica's mouth was normally so foul. Erica snapped back, threatening to beat her senseless and calling her a penniless brat. Erica pointed out that Alicia had nowhere to go and suggested she become the Exile Trading Company's exclusive potion maker. As branch manager of the kingdom's biggest trading company, Erica could have the newest workshop built in another territory where Alicia could continue her potion research in the best possible environment, with endless supplies of magic water, ingredients, and papers. Alicia praised the idea as a win-win and called Erica sharp as always. Alicia remarked that Erica was amazing, being the same age of 16 yet already working for the good of society. Erica was caught off guard by the compliment. Alicia said the offer was tempting, but she would have to decline. Erica was shocked and asked what she was planning to do. Alicia explained that a lot had turned out differently than she expected, but being left with nothing had made her realize something. She wanted to try to manage on her own strength, like Erica. Alicia explained that things built with someone else's power could be stolen away by others just as easily. From now on, she wanted to make potions in an environment she created herself. Erica said she understood and would respect Alicia's decision. She asked what Alicia planned to do next. Alicia said there was a town near the Great Forest in the neighboring territory that was rich in materials, and she planned to make and sell potions there. Erica commented that Alicia really did love potions. She then handed Alicia something. Erica had given Alicia a bracelet as a parting gift. It was a magic tool that disguised the wearer's skill. Erica warned that people with the appraisal skill could see through skills and tools, and that Alicia should always keep the bracelet on to avoid needless trouble. Alicia thought the bracelet might be overkill since no one around there would dare use appraisal without permission, though outside the territory it might be different. She reflected that the only skill she possessed was compounding, which simply extracted magical components from ingredients into water. It was not a rare skill and was only useful for potion making. Erica also gave her travel funds. Alicia thought Erica was really thoughtful toward friends even if her mouth was foul. During travel, the wagon driver suddenly yelled for Alicia to get down. Something attacked the wagon. The hired adventurer guard deflected the blow. Alicia admitted there was no way she could have reacted that fast. The guard said it was a good thing she had hired an adventurer for guard duty. A rock lizard monster appeared and attacked. The guard fought it off. Alicia thought that if Erica had not helped her hire guards, she would have been in real danger. The monster's attack injured the horse's leg. The wagon driver was distraught, saying the horse had been his partner for so long. Alicia asked what was wrong. The driver apologized and asked if he could get some water. Back at the Exile trading company, Erica announced to her subordinate that they were pulling out of the Prometheus territory. Her subordinate was shocked and asked why. Erica said the reason was obvious: the land was going to collapse soon. The reason the land had been peaceful was not thanks to the Lord at all. Erica revealed it was all because of Alicia's skill. She explained that skills were divided into 6 levels of proficiency: level I for beginner, levels 2 through 3 for intermediate, level 4 for advanced, and beyond that was masterclass. Alicia decided to use the last remaining healing herb that had survived the fire from her burned-down lab. Alicia activated her skill. In the monster-ridden desolate Prometheus territory, Alicia had been the one who developed monster-repelling potions and single-handedly produced enough to supply the entire land. She had become the bearer of a super-rare skill, one of only 2 people on the whole continent who had it. Erica noted that Alicia did not even realize how amazing her skill was. She thought that if word ever got out that Alicia had such a terrifying skill, the consequences would be frightening. Alicia finally spotted Trid Town in the distance, the town near the Great Forest. She was excited that it looked like she could get plenty of good potion materials there. She tried to set up, but a man with glasses knocked her potion to the ground. He mocked her skills and told her she clearly did not understand. He warned that if she was dealing in potions in Tred Town, she would need to know something. The Red Eagles adventurer party headed back to Tred Town after fighting more monsters. Their leader called out that they wanted good monster repellents. They found themselves surrounded by monsters once again. The wagon driver was amazed that Alicia could make a potion that healed such a deep wound so quickly. He asked if she was someone with an amazing skill. Alicia nervously waved it off, saying she was just a potion researcher. The potion she had made was a Heal Potion 3, a rank 3 potion with medium-level recovery effects. The driver found it underwhelming. Even without an appraisal skill, potion makers could check the effectiveness of what they created. Alicia noted that without special tools or magic power, rank 3 was the limit, and that a rank 3 potion could not even heal bone fractures. She decided she first needed to buy a lot of supplies. The wagon driver offered Alicia a bag as thanks. It was a magic tool with storage magic sewn into it. It could hold far more than it looked and also reduced weight. He had used it for his work supplies. Alicia said something so useful was too much to accept, but the driver insisted, saying she had saved his horse and given him an incredible potion too. He also gave her a city map and recommended an inn. Alicia thought the driver was a very kind person, and found it surprising that someone could be so happy with just a rank 3 potion. She thanked him and said she would use the map right away. She entered a shop and was greeted by a hooded shopkeeper who asked what she was looking for. Alicia was excited by all the potion supplies. She spotted a mortar and pestle on the back shelf and rushed over. She found an adamantite mortar and pestle, made from adamantite ore, said to be the toughest in the world. With it she would never have to worry about breaking it and could safely process even dangerous materials. The funds from Erica were limited, so she could not waste them. The adamantite mortar and pestle was priced at 9,999,999. Alicia wanted it badly but could not afford it. The shopkeeper asked if she would buy it. She said she could not. The shopkeeper offered to knock the price down to 100,000. Alicia was shocked and asked if that was real. The shopkeeper confirmed it and remarked that at Alicia's age having that level of mixing was impressive. Alicia panicked, reminding the shopkeeper that it was bad manners to appraise without permission. She worried that if anyone found out she had mixing EX, she would get dragged into trouble. Alicia realized that thanks to Erica's bracelet, her skill only showed as mixing IV 2 levels lower than the truth. The shopkeeper told her not to worry and promised not to tell anyone, noting that if word got out about mixing IV, weird types would flock to her. The shopkeeper said it was rare to see someone enjoy the shop so much and thought it was fine to let Alicia have the mortar at that price. The shopkeeper told her to come again and promised a discount. Alicia thought it was a lucky start and said that Erica worried too much. She recalled Erica calling her a naive airhead and telling her not to trust people so easily. Alicia felt that today she had learned the world was full of kind people. She now just needed to buy materials. Alicia was walking and thinking about which potion to start making when she bumped into someone. She apologized, saying she was lost in thought. The person she bumped into also apologized. After she left, the person muttered that she was a foolish woman. Alicia arrived at the Long-Eared Rabbit Inn. She reached for her wallet, but it was not there. Her wallet was gone. She realized it must have been a pickpocket and regretted not putting it in her bag after buying food. She thought Erica was right, not everyone in the world was good. The innkeeper found Alicia slumped on the ground. She guessed from Alicia's look that she had lost her wallet. The innkeeper offered to let Alicia stay one night if she washed dishes. Alicia was grateful and thought that even so, not everyone in the world was bad either. Alicia lay in her room wondering what to do. All her money was gone. She did not even have the funds to buy materials to earn money by selling potions. All she had left were the mixing tools she had put in the bag. Alicia got an idea. The town was close to the Great Forest, which was rich in resources. If she did not have ingredients, she would gather them herself. She made her way to the Adventurers Guild. Adventurers were jack-of-all-trades who took on monster exterminations and gathering in dangerous areas. The guild arranged jobs for them. Alicia noted that adventurers also received lots of information from the guild, which was what the innkeeper had told her. She remarked that it sounded just like the innkeeper, whose name was Kaya. Alicia also noticed that registration seemed easy, and with it she would know where the magic plants grew. Alicia greeted the receptionist and said she wanted to register as an adventurer. The receptionist asked why she wanted to register. Alicia explained that she wanted to know the distribution of magical plants in the forest's Great Forest. The receptionist was taken aback and said that while registration was open to anyone, lately lots of kids just wanted to get close to the S-rank party Red Eagles, basically idol chasers. She said that it caused trouble for the guild and that those without resolve should leave. The receptionist warned Alicia that even plant gathering was very dangerous. She showed Alicia a distribution map of magical plants and pointed out that even near the city at the Flamegrass colony, killer hornets had built nests. A killer hornet was not strong alone, but there were many of them and they carried deadly poison. Because they were so dangerous, adventurers avoided them, and as a result, the buy price of flamegrass had skyrocketed. Alicia asked if the Adventurers Guild also bought magical plants. The receptionist confirmed that they bought monster parts and ores as well. Alicia was pleased to hear that. She asked to see the distribution of plants near the forest entrance. The receptionist realized Alicia was planning to gather flamegrass and warned her that killer hornets were really dangerous and their poison was terrifying. Alicia told her not to worry and said she thought she could manage. The receptionist was taken aback by her confidence. Alicia figured she should be able to earn startup funds for sure. She had originally intended to sell potions, but she had worried whether she would find buyers right away. With the guild buying plants though, she had a path forward. The receptionist had her fill out a registration form. Alicia entered the forest's Great Forest. A sign warned that the guild took no responsibility for anything that happened inside. She told herself it should be fine since the guild documents were very detailed and she had memorized all the forest information. The Red Eagles returned to town from the Great Forest. Townspeople cheered at the sight of them. Alicia said she was grateful to those who had investigated the forest. The Red Eagles were heading to the guild for their report. At the Scarl Trading Company potion workshop in the Promeus territory, the workers were shocked to learn that Alicia had been exiled. Erica announced that when the time was right they would move the branch, and told everyone to prepare themselves with that in mind. The potion artisans were upset. They called the Lord an idiot and wondered what would become of the Promeus territory. One lamented that Alicia had left without even saying a word to them. They felt sorry for her. The artisans explained that even with their facilities and magic water, the best they could manage on their own was rank 2 monster repellent. Eventually they would not be able to keep the monsters in the territory under control. That was why they were leaving the land. Erica told them that their safety came first, and that to protect the land everyone had to stay safe. The artisans called out to her. One angrily said that if the stupid lord had not exiled Alicia, none of this would have happened. Erica sighed and told them to get ready. She thought to herself that with Alicia's kind of skill she had probably already obtained permission to sell potions by now. Erica said that the lord would learn just what kind of existence he had thrown away. Alicia was collecting plants in the forest's Great Forest. She found shizuku grass and kirihaki mushrooms, and noted that the gathering was going smoothly. Her goal for the day was flamegrass, which the guild was buying at a high price. Near the flamegrass colony, a killer bee nest had recently appeared. To deal with that she would need a monster repellent potion. She was gathering materials for that purpose. She confirmed that the plant distribution matched the guild's documents. She figured that if she avoided the areas where monsters appeared it would be safe, and it looked like they could gather the flamegrass easily. Alicia found healing grass and picked it even though it was not used for repellents. She continued gathering, finding plants over in various spots. She then found yarazu grass, which she could use to make a repellent. A small creature called out to her. The creature kept repeating a sound. Alicia realized it was a goblin. She had gotten so absorbed in gathering that she had wandered close to the monster zone. Even though it was not a child-sized monster, there was no way she could stand against one. The goblin approached, and Alicia desperately pretended to be a plant, lying flat on the ground and repeating that she was a plant. The goblin eventually wandered off. Alicia said that was so scary and that she did not feel alive at all, but she thought that maybe thanks to her research she had actually managed to become like a medicinal herb and avoid detection. Alicia felt strangely giddy, maybe because she was relieved. Now that she had the ingredients, she sat by a river and began mixing. She explained that potion quality depended mainly on 4 factors: the quality of magical ingredients, the quality of water, the precision of material pre-processing, and the mixing skill level used to mix them. Even with an EX skill without the other conditions, you could not make high-rank potions. Pre-processing was crucial too. She washed the separated leaves, tore them, and chopped them finely. The finer you crushed magical plants, the easier it was to extract their components. The mortar and pestle were essential for pre-processing. She recalled that it had been a long time since she had processed things by hand. After she had started profiting through the Exile company contract, she had quickly stocked up on magical tools for mixing. She found it fun. She needed to remove the water sac from the kirihaki mushroom, but realized she did not have a blade. She had forgotten to buy a knife, so she decided to use a stone as a substitute. She activated her mixing skill and completed her potion, a potion that kept monsters away with medium effectiveness. She noted it was another fail. The imperfect pre-processing of the kirihaki mushroom was showing. She also noted that according to the guild's information, the brook's water was clean enough to drink, but she would have preferred magic water. She hoped the potion would still work. Alicia arrived at the killer hornet nest area. The hornets were swarming near their nest among the flame grass. She observed that forgetting the poison, just being stung by their needles would mean instant death. She explained that monster repellent was not drunk, you just uncapped it and carried it around for the effect. Since she would probably trip and drop it, she decided to apply it to her skin and approach little by little. The repellent was harmless to humans. She uncapped the potion. The killer hornets noticed her approach but then scattered away from her. The repellent was working. Alicia watched in shock as the hornets fled. At the guild, adventurers were complaining that monster repellent was sold out again. They explained that it was monopolized in manufacturing and sales by the Exile company, so it was always in short supply. The recipe was kept secret too, so there was no way to get it elsewhere. They called it an unfriendly way to do business, though they acknowledged that guarding techniques was common sense, same as with magic. The Red Eagles had been chatting at the guild for a while. One member admitted they had stayed so long because the receptionist was cute. The leader, a young man named Org, commented that even he could not be helped. Even someone strong enough to have slain an ancient dragon could have things they were not good at. Alicia walked into the guild and dumped a massive pile of flame grass on the counter. The receptionist and everyone nearby were stunned. They asked if it was really flame grass and not a fake. They appraised it and confirmed it was genuine. The receptionist was shocked, asking how Alicia had managed it when there should have been a swarm of killer bees there. Alicia explained that she had made a monster repellent potion, since she was a mixer after all. She said that for a moment she thought it might not work, but she was glad that even rank 3 was effective. The guild staff were stunned. Someone exclaimed that it was monster repellent 3, and they had never even seen one higher than that rank. They said no wonder it worked on killer bees. The receptionist called out that it was how careless of her. Alicia recalled that the Exile company had developed and kept the repellent recipe secret. She realized she had just casually revealed that she could make something the Exile company monopolized. She remembered that since she had prioritized research, she had let Erica handle the business side and allowed the Exile company to take credit for developing the repellent. Before she knew it, she had been able to make something similar on her own. The receptionist said that as long as no one realized Alicia was the original creator, it should be fine for now. The guild staff marveled that an outrageous mixer had appeared. A buyer immediately stepped forward asking to appraise the potion and saying he wanted to buy it if it was genuine. Alicia was surprised that a buyer had appeared so quickly. She thought about how up until now she had relied on Erica since she prioritized research, but from now on she had decided to handle things herself, including business negotiations. She told the buyer that it depended on the price. She presented the potion confidently. The buyer confirmed it was the real thing, monster repellent 3. He was shocked at the amount and said there was a lot of demand for repellents. The receptionist was also shocked at the price being offered. The buyer explained that even adventurers who hunted monsters sometimes got attacked on their way back after being exhausted from a subjugation and lost their lives. With this potion, such tragic accidents would disappear. He begged Alicia to sell it to them. Alicia recalled her father's words calling her a useless daughter playing with a mixing skill who failed even in her noble duties. She thought that if her potion could be of use, she did not know if it counted as proper business, but she would rather beg them to take it. Alicia thanked the buyer. She noted that the flamegrass sale was not quite enough to make up for the stolen wallet, but she would be able to manage living expenses for now. She had also found a buyer for her potions. She pumped her fist and declared that with this, she could survive for a while. Alicia sat alone at night and thought that at times like this, being alone felt lonely. She wished she had someone to consult with, saying it would be reassuring. Below the surface of a nearby body of water, a large dragon-like creature stirred. Alicia finished brewing potions, relieved that the batch was done. It had been about 10 days since she came to the town of Trid. There had been some troubles, but her life had somehow started to stabilize. She paid her lodging fee and gave a potion as thanks. Her next goal was to gather funds for setting up proper equipment. Alicia headed to the guild. The people there noticed her arrival and reacted with excitement, telling each other not to cut ahead in line. She felt some kind of weird pressure from them. She had become known as the green-haired potion seller. At the shop counter, the guild staff greeted her and asked if she was there to sell potions again. Alicia confirmed she had 20 bottles of monster repellent 2 in stock. The adventurers went wild trying to buy them. The staff remarked that she was as popular as ever. Alicia found it overwhelming as always. The monster repellent up to rank 2, which had been supplied from Exile Trading Company, was not quite effective enough against the monsters of the Great Forest. The high-rank monster repellents Alicia had supplied to Exile Trading Company were not for sale but for defending Prometheus territory. Alicia had provided the recipe to Exile Trading Company in exchange for spreading that repellent within Prometheus territory. The only ones in general circulation were products made by the company's artisans using that recipe. The demand turned out to be very high even outside the territory, which surprised her. The guild staff asked Alicia what she would be doing after this. Alicia said she was thinking of going to the Spirit Spring. She had seen it before on a map of the Great Forest. The staff asked if she was collecting magic plants and offered to provide potion ingredients for her. Alicia explained that the spring water there carried magical power. It was not of the highest quality, but it might still be usable for potions. One of the ingredients for potion making was called magic water, and she wanted to take a look. Magic water was water containing abundant magical power. Potions brewed with it were more effective than those made with plain water. If potion quality improved with magic water, it would be easier to raise funds, and once her equipment was set up, she could supply monster repellents too. Alicia was pleased with this plan. The guild staff mentioned that the Spirit Spring was close to town and relatively safe, a place where children even took gathering requests as a test of courage. However, there were some odd rumors about it. Alicia entered the Great Forest, noting it had been a while since she was last there. She decided to gather plants on the way and spotted some shuki grass. The rumor about the Spirit Spring bothered her. Some adventurers had claimed they saw a dragon-like head rise from the water's surface. Since then, people said a real spirit lived there. The rumor was tied to the origin of the Spirit Spring itself. The guild staff had told her it was just a rumor but wondered if it could have actually been a dragon-type monster instead of a spirit. Alicia decided that if there was even the slightest sense of danger, they would turn back immediately. She arrived at the spring and was shocked by what she found. Alicia told herself she had to prioritize the spring water first, but she was amazed by how many magic plants unique to watersides were growing there. She cried out in pain when something happened, then yelled for someone to stop. A group of boys were at the spring, kicking and bullying a small turtle-like creature. They told the creature to stay still like a turtle should. The creature yelled back at them, but the boys taunted it, saying its yelling did not scare them and telling it to fight back if it was mad. Alicia was confused. A turtle was speaking human language and it was being bullied by children. The turtle called out to Alicia, asking for her help. One of the boys demanded to know who she was. Alicia thought she would like to help the turtle, but that it was best not to get involved. The boys claimed the area was their turf and told her to get out. Alicia recognized them as rowdy children in their mischievous years. She tried explaining to them that bullying creatures disrupts the forest's ecosystem and harms medicinal plants. The boys laughed and said they would not listen to a lecture. Alicia realized words would not work and decided to use force. Alicia pulled out some shuki grass. The boys asked what it was and mocked it as just grass. Shuki grass was a magic plant used as potion material that looked ordinary at first glance, but when its leaves were rubbed together strongly, it released a terrible stench. The boys screamed that it stank and called her a weed girl. The boys ran off, swearing they would pay her back. Alicia noted that she was used to the smell, so it did not bother her. But for someone with no brewing experience, it must be unbearable. The smell also affected the turtle, which was surprised by it. Alicia found it interesting that the shuki grass worked on turtles too, calling it a new discovery. The turtle asked for her name. Alicia introduced herself. The turtle thanked her properly and revealed that it was the spirit that guarded the lake. Alicia was surprised to hear it was a spirit. The turtle confirmed it. Alicia remarked that it explained why the turtle could speak human language, but questioned why a spirit was being bullied by children. Spirits were supposed to be beings of immense magical power. The spirit said there were circumstances behind this. A few days earlier, the spirit had been sunbathing in its turtle form by the spring when some children found it. They noticed it had something weird and took its precious jewel, which was crystallized from its magic power, and threw it away. Since then, the days of torment began. Alicia said the spirit had been careless. Without the jewel, the spirit was exposed and vulnerable outside the spring. The spirit explained that when it left the spring, it had to take turtle form or it would stand out too much. The spirit's true form looked quite different. Once, when it had poked its head out of the spring by accident, it frightened a passerby. Alicia recalled the rumor she had heard. Adventurers had claimed to see a dragon-like head from the water. So the rumor was about the spirit's true form, and it was actually a turtle. Alicia suggested the spirit simply retrieve the jewel, since the kids had thrown it into the spring. The spirit said it could not. The jewel had gotten wedged into the rocks. The spirit begged Alicia to fetch the jewel, and in return it swore on its name as a spirit that it would reward her greatly. It offered to give her as much wondrous water imbued with its magic as she liked. Alicia told the spirit to leave it to her and said she supposed this was fate. She decided to make a potion first. She needed ingredients. The spirit was confused about potion making. Alicia asked how deep the jewel was. The spirit said it was about the depth of 10 of itself stacked vertically. Alicia told the spirit not to use turtle standards for a human like her. She asked if there were any monsters in the spring. The spirit said not anymore. Some had tried settling there once, but the spirit had utterly crushed them every time. Alicia noted the spirit was indeed strong as expected of a spirit. Alicia gathered siren grass and balloon grass from around the spring. The spirit asked what she was going to do with them. She explained she would brew them into a potion that would let her act underwater. She chopped the siren grass finely, then carefully separated the leaves and roots of the balloon grass without breaking its air sac. The spirit watched in amazement and complimented her skill. Alicia replied that potion making was the only thing she had ever done. Alicia used her alchemy skill and created a dive potion 3, a potion that allowed underwater activity with moderate effectiveness. The potion was only rank 3, so she said they would have to hope the spirit water helped boost its effect. She tried making it with spring water as a test. She asked the spirit to lead the way and dived into the spring. The spirit asked about the glowing film around Alicia. She explained it was the potion's effect. While she was inside it, she could act as if on land. However, there was a time limit of about 15 minutes with a rank 3 potion. The spirit led her to the bottom and announced they had arrived. Alicia found the jewel wedged tightly in the rocks. She tried to pull it out, but it would not budge. The spirit told her she should resurface soon since it was taking a while. Alicia asked for just a bit longer and insisted she would get it out. With little time left, she decided to use her adamantite pestle as a lever. She wedged it underneath the jewel and pulled with all her strength. The jewel came free. The spirit cheered and praised her. Alicia noticed the potion's effect was fading. The spirit held its jewel and exclaimed that power was surging through it. Alicia recalled how the spirit had said its true form looked a little different, and how adventurers had claimed to see a dragon-like head from the water. The spirit burst out of the spring in its true form, a massive dragon-like creature launching Alicia into the air. Alicia was relieved to be safe. The spirit, now in its huge true form, happily declared that it had returned, and that this was how it ought to be. Alicia thought the spirit's true form was a bit too large. A group of adventurers were fighting monsters in the forest. A man with glasses confirmed that they had defeated all the target monsters. One of the party members said he was tired. They decided to hurry back to town. An orc monster suddenly attacked the group, smashing into them. One of the adventurers called out to their companion named Org. Even so, Alicia wrung out the water from her clothes after the spirit had launched her into the air. She thanked the spirit for saving her in that dangerous situation. The spirit, now in its true dragon-like form, told her not to worry and that thanks to her it was able to return to this form. The spirit said it must give her the promised reward. The spirit poured out magic water for Alicia. She was stunned. She did not have the appraisal skill, but she had seen enough through potion making to know. She declared it was the highest quality magic water she had ever seen. The spirit said that if she was pleased, that was all that mattered. The spirit told Alicia to take as much as she wanted. Alicia happily filled her containers. She said she wanted more but did not have enough containers. She asked if she could come back again to get more magic water. The spirit was surprised she was already done. Alicia asked if that was really all right. The spirit spat out a small jewel and declared that it would accompany her. Alicia asked if it was really okay for a spirit to act with a human, noting it was not a fairy tale after all. She said that for her it was helpful, but she was concerned. The spirit explained that since it was a spirit, it could tell that Alicia's potion making needed magic-filled water. It also said that from what it could see, Alicia had a very pure heart and otherwise it would not have answered her call. The spirit added that staying alone at the spring was boring. Alicia noted that usually human hearts tend to get dirtier over time. The spirit said that Alicia's heart actually worried it in the opposite way. The spirit asked Alicia if she really thought things through as she lived. Alicia asked if it was making fun of her. The spirit asked her to give it a name since if they were going to travel together it would need one. Alicia suggested Rand. The spirit rejected it at first, saying no Arenzia. Alicia thought for a moment. The name was inspired by a children's tale about a bullied turtle, though she wanted to keep that a secret. The spirit said it was a fine choice and that it liked it. A man with glasses overheard him say something and asked what he had just said. He had learned that someone called the green-haired potion seller had become famous at the Adventurers Guild. Apparently they had managed to create a monster repellent 3. He called the news wonderful and ordered someone to find out what kind of person they were. His subordinate, calling him Master Aaron, eagerly declared that if they were talented, they must use their skills for the good of society and people in their workshop. Alicia tried brewing a potion with Rand's magic water. Rand asked what was wrong and if there was a problem. Alicia said it was not exactly a problem. She had created a heal potion V, a potion with recovery effects that was extremely potent. With Rand's magic water, the potion had jumped up 2 whole ranks. It was just too well made. Since she was posing as a rank 4, she could not go around selling rank 5 items. Rand suggested she just dilute the magic water with ordinary water. Alicia realized that was the solution. Alicia headed to the guild. The guild staff greeted her, surprised to see her delivering potions again even though she had already delivered some that morning. Alicia said nothing in particular had happened. The staff noticed Rand peeking out and asked about the turtle. Alicia nervously said it was her pet. Rand was looking around, commenting that so this was the Adventurers Guild. Alicia was startled to hear Rand's voice echoing in her head. Rand explained that it was telepathic transmission, a spirit's ability, and that at its level it could even extend the benefit to others so that no one else could hear it. Alicia worried she might slip and talk out loud. Rand told her she would get used to it. A group of adventurers suddenly burst through the guild doors. One of them desperately asked if there was anyone with a healing magic skill. The guild staff asked what happened. The group was called the Red Eagles. One of the adventurers explained that one of their members had lost his right arm. The guild staff asked if they had gone to the clinic. They said they had, but the clinic could not help with a torn-off arm. That was why they had come running to the guild. The injured man's comrades begged someone to save his arm. The man with glasses noted that the injury had just happened and that if it was now, it should still be curable. The guild staff said it was impossible and that she could not do anything about a torn-off arm. The adventurers pleaded with everyone in the guild. Alicia spoke up quietly, saying she might be able to get a rank 5 heal potion. The guild staff was shocked. Alicia shushed her and explained that the person who made them really hated standing out, so the staff had to keep their identity secret and not mention Alicia's name either. The guild staff said she understood and that the guild could not afford to lose Mr. Org's arm. Alicia explained to the injured man's companions that whether it was a potion or healing magic, loss of a limb required rank 5 or higher to heal. She confirmed that such a thing could really heal a lost arm, but warned that if too much time passed after the injury, it would not work. She told Rand to wait and hurried off. Rand said it must hurry too since it could adjust its body size. Alicia used her synthesis skill and created a heal potion V. She rushed back to the guild, telling everyone to get out of the way. She announced that she had brought a heal potion V. The adventurers were stunned. Some in the crowd doubted it was real, saying something like that could not be obtained and that it must be a fake. Alicia told them to quickly give it to the injured man at once. The adventurer named Org drank the potion. His arm began regenerating. Everyone watched in disbelief as Org's arm grew back completely. The guild erupted in cheers. People asked where the potion had come from, and the guild staff lied that it was from a traveling peddler passing by. Org was moved to tears and thanked everyone. Alicia was relieved it had been in time. She said she should collect Rand and head back to the inn. The same group of boys from before had found Rand outside and were harassing the spirit again, saying there was a huge turtle and talking about roasting and eating it. Alicia recognized the scene from before. She yelled at the boys to put the turtle down and pulled out the shuki herb. The boys screamed and ran. Alicia asked if Rand was okay. Rand weakly confirmed, calling Alicia by name. Rand wondered what it really was, always being bullied by human children. It thought about quitting being a spirit and just living as a turtle. Alicia was shocked and told Rand not to say that, as it would be such a waste. She cheered Rand up, telling it that it was a special spirit and that thanks to it, Mr. Org's arm was restored. She told Rand that because of its magic water, she was able to make a heal potion V. Rand was moved, realizing it still had something it could do. The man with glasses and his companion noticed Alicia. The companion asked if he had heard what she just said. The man with glasses confirmed. He asked if she had just said she made a heal potion V. He and Alicia locked eyes and both noticed each other. The crowd at the guild stared at Alicia, who was sitting on the ground holding Rand. Someone muttered that the girl had just said she made a heal potion V. Org. The adventurer whose arm had been restored said he needed to thank her for his arm. Adventurers swarmed Alicia, demanding she sell them a heal potion V. One man called out to her directly. Alicia froze. The guild staff confronted Alicia, calling her Alicia Sama and pointing out that the skill she had registered at the guild was mixing IV, so how had she made a rank 5 potion? Alicia panicked, thinking that this was bad and that if they found out her real skill was mixing EX, she would be in trouble. Rand spoke up, explaining that it was because as a spirit, it could produce special magic water. The crowd was shocked that the turtle talked. For now, Alicia and Rand explained that the rank V potion was possible thanks to the spirit Rand, and they managed to calm things down. Things had gotten dangerous though. People came banging on Alicia's door at the inn, demanding the green-haired potion seller open up and saying they knew she was staying in that room. Alicia sighed, asking if this was happening again. Alicia opened the door and told the adventurer that she was sorry, but she supplied her potions to the guild so he should buy them there. The man begged her to sell him a heal potion V directly. Another man complained about the ridiculous prices at the guild. Alicia explained that the potion prices were set by the apothecary guild. One adventurer tried to pressure her, calling her a fellow adventurer and asking her to cut him a deal. Alicia called out to Rand. Rand warned the pushy adventurer that if he got too pushy, it would have to use force. The adventurer recognized the turtle from the rumors. He boasted that he did not care if it was a spirit or whatever, that he was the strongest in Trid and that they called him the Ogre Slayer. Rand blasted him with a water attack and sent him flying out of the inn. Alicia told him to please buy from the guild. The landlady came to check on Alicia. Alicia admitted that it served her right, but ever since that incident these types kept showing up. She acknowledged that with Rand around she could defend herself. She apologized to the landlady for the mess and offered to clean it up right away. The landlady told her not to worry about it, as that was the inn's job. Rand asked where Alicia was headed. She said she was going to the real estate office. She explained that causing a commotion at the inn every day was unfair to the landlady, and she had also saved up enough money, so she was thinking of buying her own house. Rand pointed out that even if she moved, the adventurers chasing her would not just disappear, and suggested that another town might be safer. Alicia said she understood, but that she had no plans to leave Trid for 2 reasons. First, Trid was close to the Forest of Forests, which meant it was easy to get magical plants for potions. She had originally intended to make a living selling potions. Second, the adventurers chasing her were also customers who came to her, and it would be a waste to abandon them. Her ultimate goal was to own her own shop. Rand was impressed and admitted that Alicia did think things through. Alicia told Rand not to underestimate her. They arrived at the real estate office. The agent asked what kind of property she was looking for. Alicia listed her requirements: something reasonably spacious with a well nearby, and somewhere smells would not be a problem. The agent asked what she planned to do there. Rand remarked that Alicia's requirements sounded like she was a serial killer looking for an easy place to dispose of corpses. Alicia quickly corrected that she was a mixer and just needed a wide space to work freely, and that location did not matter either. The agent showed her some properties. Alicia noticed one listing that was unusually cheap and asked why. The agent stammered. The conditions were good. Apparently a famous alchemist had lived there once and the old equipment was still intact. Alicia immediately said she would take it. Rand told her to calm down as she had not even heard why it was so cheap yet. Alicia asked why it was discounted. The agent explained that the mansion was said to be haunted by a ghost. Alicia said there was no problem then. Rand was shocked. The agent warned them and said they had actually requested a spirit medium to investigate. Alicia told him that would not be necessary and confidently stated that ghosts and other non-magical beings like that did not exist. The agent showed them the mansion. It was a large old building. He asked if Alicia was really going in and warned that his office could not be held liable if anything happened. Alicia said it was fine and repeated that there were no such things as ghosts. The agent showed them the living room and the bath. The place looked like it had been standing for quite some years, and Rand commented on the creepy atmosphere. The agent showed them a storeroom. Eerie laughter echoed through the mansion. The agent was terrified and asked if Alicia heard that. Alicia calmly told him to stay calm, saying it was just laughter coming from nowhere. Rand asked if they should leave. Alicia told Rand they had only just begun looking. The agent could not understand how Alicia was so unfazed. Alicia pointed out that she had said ghosts did not exist, yet she was not shaken at all despite the strange voices. She said she would explain later. They reached the last room, the laboratory. Alicia was thrilled. There was a magic-powered auto-stirrer, a heating unit, even magical tools for grinding materials. She also found unpublished research papers from decades ago. Alicia asked the agent if she bought the place, whether all of these would become hers too. The agent said yes, of course, but asked if she would really live in such a mansion. Alicia asked if he was still worried about ghosts. The agent was bewildered at how she could not be concerned. Objects suddenly flew through the air. The agent screamed that it was definitely paranormal. Alicia was more concerned about a flask that broke, lamenting that it was still usable. She noted that the entity even had telekinesis, and that the door would not open either. She said they had better handle this quickly. Rand asked if Alicia was alright. Alicia told Rand to leave this to her. 3 ghostly figures appeared demanding that Alicia give them her precious thing. They said she was full of magic power and commented on her sweet scent. They demanded she hand over her magic power. Alicia told them she could not give them that but offered them something else instead. She threw an exorcism potion at them. The ghostly creatures screamed in agony. Alicia noted that the exorcism potion made with light leaf from the Forest of Fours worked perfectly. The agent asked in disbelief if she had really exorcised it with a potion, and that easily. Alicia confirmed it was fine now. She explained that the monster called Little Wraith had been defeated. What people called hauntings were really caused by ghost-type monsters. Among magic researchers this was already common knowledge, though one would not know unless they read the research papers. The agent confirmed he would be purchasing the property. Rand told Alicia there was something in the garden. An elderly man appeared and thanked Alicia for driving out the monsters haunting his mansion. He called her the daughter of a mixer and told her the estate was hers now. He asked her to use the alchemy tools and underground herb garden well. The old man then began to fade, saying he could now ascend to heaven in peace. Alicia stared in shock. She apologized to the realtor and admitted that ghosts might exist after all. The realtor could not believe she was only getting scared now. Org and his party headed back into the forest. His companions asked if he was sure about going monster hunting again. So soon. Org said the monster that took his arm was dangerous and that he needed to finish it off quickly. He also thought about Alicia. His companions noticed something was wrong with Org. He suddenly stopped, and a dark energy appeared around him. His companions called out to him. Org panicked, asking what was happening to him. Alicia wondered why no one had taken interest in the property, noting all the rare alchemy ingredients and the many documents it contained. Rand replied that it was probably because only oddballs like her got excited over jars of preserved corpses. Rand asked Alicia what she planned to do from here. Alicia thought it over and said that even if she wanted to open a potion shop, it would be convenient to have the mansion nearby. Ideally, she wanted to build a shop right in the mansion's garden. In that case, she would need to make more potions and raise funds again. Rand pointed out that would take too long and said it was fine since he could make as many potions as needed. Alicia noticed something and said it looked like there was a space behind one of the shelves. She asked Rand to move it. Rand agreed and pushed the shelf aside without any trouble. Behind the shelf they found a hidden room with stairs leading underground. Alicia said this wasn't on the floor plan. Rand suggested they explore it all the same. Rand speculated that if it was hidden so carefully there might be treasure inside. Alicia agreed and said that if they found something valuable it could fund the shop. They headed down the stairs. Elsewhere, a subordinate addressed Lord Thomas, saying there was something he needed to report. Lord Thomas was in the middle of sword training, swinging his blade with force. He asked what it was. The subordinate reported that recently, across the territory, monster attacks seemed to be increasing. Thomas told him not to bother him with such trivial reports. The subordinate pressed on, reminding Thomas that this was Prometheus territory, once called the Demon Wastes, and that monster attacks were countless. However, in just a few days, many people had been injured, and in several different places. Furthermore, villagers from the attacked areas were saying that this happened because there were no potions, and they were demanding that potions be sent to them. The subordinate mentioned that when he heard about potions he immediately thought of Lady Alicia, and he wondered if this case could be connected to her. Lord Thomas reacted with anger, slamming his fist down. Thomas demanded to know what it mattered if it was connected to Alicia, and asked if the subordinate was suggesting that because he cast her out the monsters had increased. The subordinate begged forgiveness but continued, reporting that Lady Alicia had been supplying her own potions to the Great Exile Company. He said he believed the matter must be investigated. Thomas shouted at him to stop. Thomas declared that potions were all fakes and tricks, and that relying on them was foolishness. He ordered them to just increase the patrols. He said that alone was sufficient, and if it failed, they should retrain the soldiers. The subordinate submitted, accepting the command. Thomas, now alone, muttered that Alicia was supplying to the Exile Company. He dismissed her as just playing potion maker because she was a lord's daughter, and said that incompetent girl couldn't possibly manage such a thing. Back underground, Alicia and Rand were amazed to find such a vast space beneath the mansion. Alicia asked if it was a field. She mentioned that the spirit they had met in the garden said they could use it freely. Rand asked if that was so, and Alicia said the sight must have been too overwhelming for Rand to hear. She noted that with this space they could cultivate potion ingredients in bulk. Rand then called Alicia over, saying something had been placed there. It was a spell-safe magic vault. Alicia said it was unusual. Rand explained that unlike ordinary vaults, this one opened with a set incantation. Alicia said they couldn't open it then. Rand said that with these devices even the owner sometimes forgot the spell, so there was usually a hint nearby. Rand found the hint. It was a question asking for the title of the most famous thesis written in magic calendar year 208 by Geolus Empire scholar Nicola Legrux. Alicia was puzzled by the impossibly hard question and had no idea who Nicola was. Alicia answered that the title was an ecological study of basilisk legends remaining in the Kutania Plains, she thought. Rand was confused, asking what kind of spell that was, and then noticed that was actually the answer written on the hint paper itself. The vault clicked open. Alicia confirmed that was really the correct answer. Rand told Alicia to open the door. She wondered what was inside. Inside the vault were what appeared to be rocks. Alicia asked if it was just a rock, and it seemed that way. Rand was disappointed, but Alicia said they should have it appraised just in case, reasoning that judging by the underground field and the estate's previous owner they wouldn't have left behind something meaningless. She took the rocks to an appraiser who was shocked. The appraiser identified the rocks as altanite, manatite, and firefly luminite, and was astonished. Alicia asked if they were valuable. The appraiser said they were incredibly so. By selling these rare ores, Alicia gained far more than enough funds to open her shop. Alicia said she had just finished arranging the construction for her shop. A woman at a nearby shop noticed and asked if Alicia was opening a shop too. The woman then asked if Alicia already had her shop permit. Alicia had no idea what that was. The woman realized Alicia didn't know about it and explained that without a shop permit she couldn't open a store in this city. Alicia panicked and asked where she could get one. For potion shops it was the head of the apothecary guild who issued them. Alicia arrived at Aaron's workshop where the guildmaster was located. She noted the place was quite a large facility and looked around for the entrance. A young man approached and asked if she had business with the workshop. Alicia told him she came to request a shop permit for a potion store. The young man repeated her request with surprise and introduced himself as Ben, assistant to the workshop master. Alicia apologized for not introducing herself and said she was Alicia, an alchemist. Ben reacted to hearing her name. He explained that only the master himself could issue permits, so he would escort her. Rand quietly noted that Ben seemed a bit unusual. As they walked through the grounds, Alicia excitedly pointed out a greenhouse with a magic water circulation system and hydrophobic membrane. Ben confirmed, saying she was well informed. He told her the building in the back was an alchemy facility, a specially made blending hall built with high-shielding materials. Alicia was amazed by how well-equipped the place was. Rand remarked that Alicia was quite the odd human herself. Alicia told Ben the workshop was truly remarkable. Ben asked if she really called it remarkable. They arrived at the office. Aaron welcomed them to his Aaron workshop. He introduced himself as the head of the apothecary guild and said he held the authority to issue shop permits in the city. Aaron greeted Alicia, calling her the green-haired potion seller. Alicia was surprised and asked how he knew that name. Aaron said she was famous after all and mentioned he had heard she healed Org's severed arm. Rand then spoke to Alicia, asking if she remembered when he told her he could sense the purity of a person's heart. Rand warned Alicia to be cautious, telling her that Aaron's heart was heavily tainted. Alicia acknowledged the warning. Aaron told Alicia that even as capable as she was, opening a shop in this city was difficult. He explained that the city of Trid thrived by drawing maximum bounty from the Four's great forest. Because of that, many people wished to open potion shops there, which meant fierce competition. A lone shop without backing would not attract customers. Aaron proposed that Alicia work in his workshop instead, saying he could offer better conditions than any other alchemist. Alicia declined, apologizing but saying she currently had no intention of working under anyone. She explained that her goal was to have a place no one could unjustly take from her. She added that she had turned down Erica's offer for the same reason. Aaron asked why. Aaron insisted that in Trid, working under his workshop was the best way to succeed as an alchemist. Alicia thanked him for the offer but said she just couldn't accept it. Aaron said that was unfortunate and told Alicia he would explain the conditions for issuing a permit. Alicia was surprised there were conditions. Aaron said he was the guildmaster after all, and it was his duty to maintain potion quality in the city. He couldn't hand out permits recklessly. Aaron's condition was that Alicia had to bring him 50 rank 5 antidote potions within 7 days. If she did that, he would issue the permit. Ben immediately protested, saying the condition was far too harsh. Aaron coldly asked Ben if he was objecting to his decisions. Ben nervously backed down, saying that wasn't what he meant. Aaron told Ben to keep quiet. Alicia asked if permits were always granted with such conditions. Aaron admitted the conditions varied, but said many alchemists wouldn't be able to manage what he was asking. He told Alicia that if she wanted to open a shop in this city, she had to at least meet this standard. If she didn't like it, she could open a shop elsewhere or quietly join his workshop. Alicia said she understood. Alicia recalled that she was the one who had single-handedly made monster repellent for an entire territory. She confirmed the terms, asking if making 50 rank 5 antidote potions within 7 days was enough. She said that much she could manage. Aaron was stunned, asking if she was serious. Ben was also shocked, noting that even with the Synthesis 5 skill, the task was extremely demanding. Alicia remarked that the way Aaron put it made it sound like he had given her a harsh condition on purpose. Alicia said she needed to leave to prepare her materials. Aaron tried to stop her, asking her to stay and talk a bit more, suggesting they could exchange information on the potion industry while touring the workshop. Alicia agreed to stay, but only for a little while. Rand was exasperated. Ben noted to himself that just as the report said, Alicia couldn't resist anything related to potions. Aaron told Ben he was leaving things to him. Ben remarked to himself that Alicia was quite particular about things. Outside on the streets, Alicia was still impressed by the scale of Trid's largest workshop. Rand reminded her they didn't have much time before the deadline. Alicia agreed and said the first ingredient they needed was lily grass. A merchant called out to her, apologizing. The merchant told Alicia that just moments ago, people from Aaron's workshop had come and bought up all the lily grass in town. Alicia was shocked. Rand said they had been outmaneuvered. Alicia noted that lily grass wasn't rare, but it only grew in the rainy season, and if the current stock was gone, there was no way to get more. He said that in that case, they would have to do that certain thing while grinning to himself. Rand told Alicia to get going. Alicia thought the outside world was still full of unknowns, but not to this extent. She was gathering up huge amounts of horse manure. Several dozen minutes earlier, Rand had asked Alicia what she was planning. Alicia explained that the lily grass needed for making antidote potions had been bought up. She confirmed that at this season it couldn't be obtained, so instead she would use lily grass seeds. Rand was confused. Rand asked if Alicia meant to grow them now, reminding her that the delivery deadline for the potions was in 7 days. Alicia said there was a potion that made it possible. Its name was Growth Promotion Potion. With that alone, lily grass could be grown in a short time. Rand was amazed. Rand asked what was needed to make the potion. Alicia answered that the first ingredient was solid horse excrement. Rand was confused. That explained how things had led up to the present. Alicia spreading manure, a worker helping them load barrels, and Rand assisting. Rand complained that the previous day had been awful and that he couldn't breathe from the smell. He asked what they were searching for that day. Alicia said they were looking for a magical plant called fuyo fruit. Rand asked why she couldn't just buy it in town instead of going out to gather it. Alicia said it wasn't that simple. She explained that fuyo fruit when mixed became a heal potion, but its effect was too weak to use and the taste was so bad that even birds wouldn't touch it. Because it was considered useless as an ingredient, it never appeared on the market. Rand was confused and asked if she was really going to use that for a potion. Alicia said she would explain later, noting the deadline was close, and told him to hurry. They arrived at a cliff. Alicia saw the cliff ahead. Rand asked if the fruit growing way up on the cliff was the target. Alicia confirmed it was, according to the map. She asked Rand if he could reach it by enlarging himself. Rand said no, it was impossible. Alicia said there was no choice and that she didn't want to waste too much time, so they should head to another harvesting spot. Then she noticed something. A group of adventurers approached. One of them recognized Alicia as the green-haired potion seller. Alicia asked who they were, from the Red Eagles. The man confirmed and introduced himself as Org, the leader. Alicia noted that Org gave off the aura of a seasoned veteran. Org thanked Alicia for fixing his arm, saying he never got the chance to thank her properly. He told her she had saved him back then. He said just the thought of losing an arm when he was a two-handed swordsman was terrible. Org said he really felt bad and that he should have thanked her right away, but he had been busy chasing the monster that had mangled his arm. He said he had just finished slaying it. Alicia told him there was no need for thanks and that she had only done what she wanted to do. Org refused to accept that, calling Alicia his lifesaver. He told her he would hear out any request she had. Alicia asked Org if he could pick the plant growing on the cliff. Org agreed. He warned her that climbing barehanded would be pretty tough. Alicia said of course, and that if it was impossible, it was fine. Org scaled the cliff and retrieved the plant. He handed it to Alicia. They looked at each other. Alicia asked if she could really accept it. Org told her to just call him Org and asked what else he was going to do. Alicia thanked him. Org said he was glad she was there. Alicia was happy, saying she could now make the potion. Org shrugged it off as nothing, a piece of cake. Alicia said goodbye and waved. Org watched her leave. One of his companions pointed out that she waved at him, and another teased that it sounded like Org was falling for her. Org insisted he just felt grateful for her fixing his arm, admitted her looks happened to be his type, and said she was friendlier than expected. His companions teased him further. Org shouted that he was not falling for her. Alicia explained the process for the growth promotion potion. First, she placed the dried horse manure in a barrel and floated the fluyo fruit harvested from the great forest on top. Then she poured in magic water. After soaking it for several days, the nature of the fluyo fruit would change, turning it into a material for growth promotion potions. Rand noted that it would take several days. Rand asked if that would make the potion delivery deadline in time. Alicia said most likely. She added that during that waiting time, there were still things to do and told Rand they should prepare the underground field. At Aaron's workshop, someone addressed the chief. Ben asked Aaron what was going on. Aaron said that as Ben could see, a new laboratory was being built. Ben asked what it was for. Aaron said it was for Alicia. Ben was shocked for Lady Alicia exclusively. Aaron confirmed, saying she was a talent capable of making rank 5 potions after all. Aaron declared that once they got her, they would lock her up in that lab and make her develop new potions non-stop. She would easily make 1 or 2 profitable ones. Ben said it wasn't yet certain that Lady Alicia would join their workshop. Aaron insisted it was certain. Aaron asked if producing 50 bottles of antidote potion Vi in a week was possible. He answered his own question. Impossible, of course. They had already cornered the town's lilygrass supply. He laughed to himself. Aaron called Alicia a useful tool and said getting that prodigy was only a matter of time. Alicia was working in the underground field and complained that her back hurt. Rand pointed out she had only just started tilling. He asked why she didn't hire more adventurers again, since she already hired them for carrying heavy loads like when she moved into the mansion or carried manure. Alicia said that when it came to potion-making steps, she wanted to do as much herself as possible. Rand remarked on how much she loved making potions. Alicia kept pushing through the work, carrying crates, drinking heal potions to keep going. With 1 day left until the delivery deadline, Alicia said they had finally reached this point. She declared the preparation was finished. Rand told her she did well. Alicia used her mix skill. She successfully created Growth Promotion Potion V, a potion that boosted plant growth speed and was extremely potent. Alicia poured the potion over the lilygrass seeds she had planted in the underground field. Rand excitedly pointed out that sprouts were already coming up. Alicia was happy, noting that at this growth rate they would soon have enough. Then she paused, noticing something unexpected. Rand called out to her. Alicia arrived at Aaron's workshop with her potions. Aaron welcomed her, thanking her for showing up without running away. He acknowledged that she had at least prepared the required number of potions. He said that at first glance they looked like proper antidote potions, but warned that tricks wouldn't work there. Aaron said they had staff with the appraisal skill and that fakes would be exposed. He looked confident that Alicia had failed, but then Ben nervously addressed Aaron, calling him chief, and said Lady Alicia's name. The appraiser reported that the potions were genuine. Aaron was stunned and said that couldn't be. He confirmed that every one of them was a rank 5 antidote potion. Aaron asked if they had properly checked. The staff said they had appraised them multiple times. Aaron demanded that Ben bring another appraiser. The staff said the appraiser must just be unwell, but they confirmed again the potions were real. Aaron muttered that it was impossible and that they couldn't be real. Alicia calmly asked what was wrong and whether it was that strange for her to have prepared antidote potions. Aaron clicked his tongue and accused her of having them sent from another town's alchemist, declaring that such a person wouldn't be granted a license. Alicia noted that this was his angle. Alicia said that if he insisted, she would show him. She told them to please come in. Adventurers burst through the door carrying crates. Aaron demanded to know who these people were. Alicia explained they were just adventurers acting as delivery men and told Aaron to pay them no mind. She handed Aaron a thank you potion. Aaron asked what exactly they were carrying. Every crate the adventurers brought in was filled with antidote potion V. Aaron stared in disbelief. Alicia addressed Aaron directly. She pointed out that he had earlier claimed she had these potions shipped in from elsewhere. She then asked him if he truly thought it was possible to order 500 rank 5 potions in 7 days. Aaron collapsed in defeat and said he would issue the license. Alicia celebrated with Rand, telling him they did it. Back at the mansion, Alicia reflected that when the lily grass grew too much, she had wondered what would happen. Rand said that was surprising at the time. Still, everything worked out well. Alicia admitted she may have made too many, 500 was excessive. She said the farm work had made potion making fun. Rand noted that even so, Aaron was clearly small fry. Alicia wondered why those people followed such a workshop chief and thought maybe there was some reason behind it. Someone called out for a man named Sam. Aaron visited a man named Sam. Sam asked what it was. Aaron told him there was something he needed done and that he would pay whatever Sam asked. Alicia sighed while looking at the planned completion drawing for her shop. She said she couldn't wait for the shop's construction day. Rand asked if she intended to run the shop all on her own. Alicia said yes for now. Rand said that even though he was there, considering what happened with the workshop master, it worried him a little. Alicia ran into Org in town. She greeted him, saying it had been a long time, and thanked him for helping her the other day. She asked him to let her thank him sometime. Org told her not to worry about it, saying he only did it as thanks for his arm. He seemed stiff, and Alicia asked if something was wrong. Org insisted he was fine. Org's companions noted that he was completely flustered. They said that Org, who used to be bad with young girls, couldn't help it since he had only ever hunted monsters and wasn't used to this kind of thing. Org was deeply moved. Alicia asked what he was doing that day. Org said he had accepted a request to take down some villains. He had been searching the forest where there had been sightings. Alicia looked at the wanted poster. She recognized the face from a reference book and asked if it was the monster giant ape. Org clarified that no, it was a human villain, though he did look like one. The man was called Battleaxe Garros, with a bounty of 12 million. He was a former mercenary and the boss of a band of thieves. He was strong and ruthless, and had reportedly turned back a subjugation squad of 30 men sent by the kingdom. Org added that Garros cruelly kidnapped people and sold them to countries where slavery existed. Alicia and the others were shocked by the terrible story. Org told Alicia to be careful too. Alicia said she understood and that she wouldn't go near the forest. She wished Org good luck with the bandit extermination. Org called out to stop her. Org said he had called out to give her something. He presented her with flowers. He explained that he happened to see them in the forest, thought they were unusual, and picked them. He wondered if it was weird for a man to carry flowers, so he thought he would give them to Alicia. Alicia was shocked, recognizing the flower as a mizai flower and asking if it was really okay. She told him it sold for a good price as a valuable potion ingredient. Org said of course, since he had picked it as a present for her. Alicia said she would accept it gratefully. Org stumbled over his words, saying he wasn't hurting for money. Rand remarked that Alicia was incredibly dense. Rand said that even he had figured it out just now. Alicia asked what Rand was talking about. Back at the mansion, Alicia noticed the lock on her door was open. She went inside and found intruders waiting. They were bandits. The bandits commented that this was the rumored alchemist, noting she looked way too young and questioning if it was really her. Their leader Garros didn't care. He said they got paid enough for the job. He greeted Alicia. Alicia was shocked to see him. Alicia recognized Garros from the wanted poster and asked why the giant ape was there. Garros was annoyed at being called a monster on their first meeting and said she had guts. He confirmed he was the great bandit Battleaxe Garros, and told Alicia he had kidnapped her on someone's request. Alicia realized this was the workshop master's doing. Garros explained that apparently a monster-class alchemist was about to open a shop in town, and if that happened, their workshop would lose a ton of customers. He gave Alicia 2 choices. The first was to be sold off as a slave. Alicia asked about the other. The other was to join the bandits and make potions. Garros said they were former mercenaries and knew very well how important potions were. Alicia thought to herself that she would never let her potions be used for evil. She told Garros she would cooperate. She planned to pretend to cooperate and escape at the first chance. The bandits were glad to hear it. They took her to their hideout, which was the ruins of an old potion research institute deep in the Four's Great Forest. The facility was surrounded by walls that kept monsters out, and it had a barrier device for presence concealment, making it hard to find from the outside. Garros told Alicia that escaping or hoping for rescue was useless. Alicia reassured herself that it was okay and that there was still hope since she had powerful allies. She called out for Rand. Rand apologized, saying that even though he was with her, they still got captured. Alicia told him it was fine and that he was safe, but Rand said he wasn't really safe. The bandits had stolen his jewel, so he couldn't return to his true form. Since the attack at the mansion, he hadn't been able to control his magic properly. Alicia was worried but insisted there must still be something they could do. She asked if Rand had been captured by them too. A young man in the cell introduced himself as Luke. He described himself as a poor guy destined to be sold off by the wicked bandits and said it was a pleasure to make Alicia's acquaintance. Luke asked if her name was Alicia. She confirmed and said she was an alchemist. Luke stared at her intently. Alicia thought he looked like he stepped right out of a picture book. Luke told her they were meeting for the first time and asked if something was wrong. Alicia said nothing was wrong. Alicia introduced Rand as her friend. Luke called him an unusual talking turtle. Rand corrected him, saying he was not a turtle but a spirit. Luke said he was pleased to meet Rand. Alicia got back to the urgent matter, saying that if they didn't escape, they would have to join the bandits. She asked Rand if he still couldn't use his power. Rand confirmed that ever since they stuck him with that needle, he had felt off. Luke explained that it was called a magic inhibitor needle. It was a magic tool not in general circulation that disrupted magical flow and prevented skill use. He said it seemed to be embedded in their shackles too. Alicia noted that Luke was very knowledgeable. Luke said he had just overheard the bandits talking, having been locked up for a long time. Alicia proposed they work together to escape, calling it fate. Luke agreed, saying he didn't really have anything better to do anyway. Alicia thought he was a little too carefree. Luke shared what information he had that might be useful for escape. He asked why the bandits were holed up there. Their ship for fleeing abroad had broken down and was under repair. Luke said that if they were going to escape, it had to be before the ship was finished. He didn't know when the repairs would be done. He also told them about Garros. He had the Axe 4 and Super Strength 4 skills. Alicia was shocked that he had 2 skills. Luke added that the other bandits weren't sloppy either, and the facility was solid with only 1 entrance. Luke admitted that escaping would be hard. Alicia said they would try anyway. She said that if it came to it, she would unleash the most powerful poison potion she knew and take down the bandits along with herself. Luke was stunned and called her insane. Rand commented that she had a pretty extreme side. Alicia then exclaimed that something was amazing, it was a potion. Garros watched as Alicia made potions. The bandits were impressed, saying she had actually made a rank 5 potion just like the rumors said. Alicia noted to herself that it was only thanks to Rand's mana water. Garros told the turtle to cough up the jewel, saying the day's alchemy was over. Rand asked Alicia what they should do now. He said he could go giant and rampage. Alicia told him not to, saying there were too many enemies and they had those needles as well. Just like Luke said, the bandits weren't careless. The bandits forced Alicia to make heal potions and explosive potions. The needed ingredients were gathered by the bandits. There was no chance to brew potions for escape. Alicia thought that this way she couldn't unleash poison quickly. Garros said Alicia wouldn't be needed for a while, noting that with this many potions they would be fine even if they ran into knights or adventurers. Alicia suggested to Garros that if he wanted to escape safely, an awakening potion was recommended. She said that for a short time it drew out one's hidden true power. Garros dismissed it, saying he had never heard of it and didn't need it. He told his men to put the shackles on her and take her to her room. Alicia asked Luke what they should do, saying they had to get another chance to brew. Luke told her to relax and not rush. He told her she would ruin that cute face. Alicia told him to forget that and lend her his wisdom instead. She said she didn't need flattery. Luke asked Rand if his words were really that untrustworthy. Rand told him not to worry, saying Alicia was always like that. Alicia said if only they knew what the bandits wanted right away. Luke told her he actually might have an idea, though it wasn't potion related. Alicia was excited. Garros asked Alicia to confirm something about that potion that was like alcohol, whether it was real. Alicia confirmed it was. She explained that strictly speaking it was called confusion potion. The name sounded dangerous, but it had no harmful side effects. When humans drank it, they felt intoxicated like from alcohol. Since it had no actual alcohol, it had lately been used as a substitute when people were abstaining from drinking. Garros didn't care about the details. The bandits were thrilled. They complained about their situation, they couldn't even enter town or eat proper food, and all their frustration was piling up. They shouted that as long as it got them drunk, they didn't care what it was. Garros told Alicia to hurry up and make it. Alicia said she understood and that she would start making it right away, telling the bandits to calm down first. Their eagerness was shocking, but just like Luke had predicted, they probably wanted alcohol. Food and supplies were prepared by their collaborators in town, but hauling barrels of alcohol into the forest was tough. Alicia noted that the first stage of the escape plan was cleared. She thought about what came next, if only she could use the thing Org had given her. Back in town, Org learned that Alicia was missing. She told him that when she went to deliver potion materials to the guild, the mansion door had been left open, there were signs of a struggle, and he thought something might have happened. Alicia crushed Chidori grass, cut the stem off a vital mushroom and kept only the cap, added Land's mana water and activated her mixing skill. The result was a drunk confusion potion V, a highly potent potion that intoxicates the drinker. One of the bandits eagerly asked to drink it, but Alicia told him to wait. She said she would drink it first herself to prove it wasn't dangerous. The boss Garros watched with interest. Alicia drank the potion and showed no abnormality. She explained that it was a potion and that she had resistance to potions, so she was fine. However, since it was rank 5, the effect on an ordinary person would be strong enough to make them drunk and confused, so she told them to dilute it before drinking. Garros agreed and told his men to try the diluted version. A bandit drank the diluted potion and shouted that it was delicious, declaring that nothing he had ever drunk compared to it. The others were shocked. Garros confirmed it really was safe. The bandits cheered and began drinking the diluted potions. Alicia laughed quietly to herself. Alicia thought things had gone better than she expected. She noticed that even though Garros wanted to drink it badly, he was still watching the condition of the underlings who drank it first. She found him really cautious and figured it would take more time before she could make use of that. Garros then told her that by making them something like this, she was clearly aiming at something. Alicia said she thought she had proven useful to the bandit gang and asked if she could be granted the right to walk freely around the facility. The bandits immediately accused her of just trying to escape. Alicia insisted that being shut in the same room all the time was painful. Garros said he guessed he could allow that much. Alicia reacted with surprise. Garros said she was slow-witted anyway and there was no way she could escape. A guard would accompany her. However, he warned that they were a bandit gang bound by iron bonds. Garros warned Alicia that if she betrayed them, she should be prepared for punishment. Alicia agreed, but internally she thought she absolutely hated being under this man. She returned to the room where Luke and Land welcomed her back. She found Garros too scary. Luke asked if things went well. Alicia said yes, that the bandits were delighted and her restraints were removed. Luke asked if that really mattered. Alicia explained that earning their trust would make moving around easier, and that she had a plan. Luke asked if Alicia wasn't curious about the plan, then said he would leave it to her. Alicia wondered if Luke didn't want to go back to his old place. She thought it felt less like he trusted her and more like he simply wasn't attached to escaping. She then approached Luke, saying she had something to tell him. She thanked him, saying that thanks to his advice they were able to make progress. Luke said it was nothing. Alicia then asked him to take off his clothes. Luke was stunned. Luke panicked, saying he didn't understand the situation at all. He asked why she was trying to strip him. Alicia explained she wanted to thank him for his idea. Luke said she was skipping way too many steps. Alicia explained that since Luke's hands were tied, he couldn't wash himself, so she thought she would help clean him with some cloth she had borrowed. Luke admitted it felt gross not being able to bathe. He asked who came up with this way of saying thank you, and Alicia said Land did. Luke asked if it was unpleasant for her and she said no, she appreciated it since she was starting to mind the smell herself. Alicia commented that Luke was surprisingly well built. Luke said he had practiced swordsmanship since he was a kid. Alicia went quiet. Luke asked what was wrong. Alicia mumbled that if he leaned forward anymore it would be bad and that he was touching her. She thought to herself that this guy had no sense of danger. Over several days Alicia was made to brew confusion potions every day. While walking around the facility with her guard, she gathered the information she needed to escape. She decided it was about time to act. Luke asked Alicia what specifically she intended to do. Alicia was surprised he was getting interested in the plan. Luke said he just got worried, so he figured he would ask. Alicia thought his trust level had dropped quickly. She said for the escape she would use the mizai flower, a magical plant used for making sleep potion. Luke recognized it as the flower Org had given her. Alicia confirmed, saying she had kept it in her pocket rather than her bag, so it wasn't taken when they were captured. She explained that thanks to the confusion potions, the bandits' wariness against her potions had dropped a lot. The next time she made confusion potion, she would mix in a sleep potion made from the flower and put them all to sleep. During that time, they would secure the jewel and the keys to the shackles and escape. Luke admitted it was a bold plan. Luke asked if she was really going to go through with it, warning that if it failed they would definitely kill her. Alicia said she had been wondering whether Luke didn't want to escape from here. Luke said that even if he escaped he had nowhere to go. Luke explained that he believed his own family had set him up. They drugged him and when he woke up he had been dumped here. Returning to those people was not something he wanted. Alicia thought it was what she had suspected. He was sold out by his own family. Luke said that even if he was sold as a slave, living in a new place wasn't all bad. Alicia understood why Luke wasn't eager to escape. She told him she was different, and that she would escape. Even though she didn't have a place to return to, she did have a place she had built for herself. Luke said he understood and told her he wouldn't stop her. That night, the bandits began feeling suddenly sleepy. Alicia noted the effect was kicking in. The bandits all fell asleep. Alicia explained that she had intentionally weakened the mixed sleep potion to delay its effect, so because it was slow acting they all drank it without suspicion. She said she would go get Land's jewel back first. Luke worried about whether she would be alright. Alicia approached the sleeping Garros, saying she was pretty sure the jewel was kept in his pocket. Garros was thrashing in his sleep, making it difficult, but she found it. She then went for the key to the shackles in the back of the room. She got through it and unlocked Luke's shackles. Luke thanked her, saying his body felt light again for the first time in a while. He told Alicia she had gotten careless. They hurried on but noticed the gate guards were still awake. Luke asked if they should fight their way through. Alicia said charging in blindly was unwise since the guards might have mana-sealing needles. She pulled out an explosive potion she had grabbed earlier from a warehouse they passed. She explained that a nearby shack stored the explosive potions she had made. She would throw the potion at it, blow it up, and escape while the guards rushed to put out the fire. Luke called her crazy. Alicia said the walls were solid so the fire wouldn't spread to the forest. Luke said he wouldn't stop her. She threw the potion and a massive explosion went off. The guards panicked, wondering why the warehouse had suddenly exploded. The blast reached farther than Alicia expected and she was caught off guard, but Luke saved her. She apologized and thanked him for his reflexes. Luke said it was nothing. The guards scrambled for water, and Alicia said it went as planned and they should go. Luke asked what they would do once outside. Alicia said she would identify their location from the local plants and find the route back to town. She said she had memorized the distribution of magic plants in the forest. Luke said that only made him uneasy. They reached the gate and Alicia said all they had to do was get through it. The gate began opening on its own. A bandit returning from a food-gathering trip appeared on the other side. Alicia realized the timing was terrible. The returning bandit used a communication magic tool to contact the boss, reporting that he had run into the alchemists at the entrance. He warned that the boss would arrive right away and said he would take them down himself in the meantime, claiming they looked weak. Luke struck the bandit with a powerful blow, knocking him down. Alicia was stunned and asked if he was actually strong. Luke casually said somewhat. He then said it was too late to run now. Garros arrived in a fury, swinging his massive axe. Alicia noticed the axe and its destructive power. He screamed at them, smashing the ground. Luke said they needed to run. Alicia said it was already impossible. Luke asked what they should do, and Alicia said they would have to fight. Alicia warned that Garros had 2 level 4 combat skills, and there was no way they could win against that. Luke told her not to worry, revealing that he had a level 5 swordsmanship skill. But Alicia told Luke another plan she had, and he said he wouldn't stop her. She decided to make all the guards sleepy with her potion and pass as the effects kick in.